Hello gang, Christian here with another Design Time Quick Tips installment, and today we're going to be taking a look at Webex and downloading the recorded meetings from your Webex to your PC. And we're going to do this in three parts. Part one is we're going to be taking a look at downloading the network player/recorder, which is going to be used to convert the file to an MP4, and then downloading the actual recorded meeting from Webex to your PC. And then the third part will be actually converting that file, which is an ARF file, into a usable MP4. So we're going to get started. You're taking a look right now at my Webex meeting room. And the first thing we're going to do is, if you haven't done this already, you need to get the network recorder / player editor. And to do that, you're going to go to the Support Center. Now from the Support Center tab, you're going to see here in the little taskbar a downloads link. And when you click that, we're looking over here at the recorders and players box, and we're going to follow the link that says recording and playback. Now when you click on that link, you're going to notice that there are a couple different downloads available, some for Windows, some for Mac. And the one that we're looking for is the first column that's marked as for ARF files. Now I'm using a Windows machine. I've already downloaded this, so I'm going to not download it, but essentially you just click the link and follow the prompts to download that particular app onto your PC. Now I'm going to jump back over to the Meeting Center, and from here I'm going to go to My Recorded Meetings from the task menu, and you'll notice that I have a couple recordings that are here. And essentially the reason for this is, if you notice, you have a certain allotment for storage. The personal allotment is 512 megabytes, which in all actuality is not a ton, and that can fill up rather quickly, especially if you're doing longer lectures or other recordings. And we want to get those off of here so that you don't run out of space, because once that is full, it's not going to allow you to do any more recordings. So to download these recordings, I'm going to click on the More icon here, and there's a download link. So I'll click that. It's going to pull up this little dialog box that says it's prepping the recorder file for download. And then once it's downloaded, it's going to go to your downloads folder for the internet browser that you're using. I happen to be using Chrome for this example. Okay. So once it's downloaded into your download history, you're going to want to move that file to your videos folder, or at least that's what I would recommend, just to make it a little bit easier to find. So I'm going to open up my videos folder here. There we go. And here it is. So I'm going to copy this from my downloads into my videos. There we go. So as it stands, this is an ARF file, and that is just essentially the file extension that Webex uses, and it's not very user-friendly. That particular file extension has to have the Webex player in order to view it. So that causes a couple problems, in that if you were to want to upload this to Blackboard later, or if you were wanting to send this out to your students at any capacity, they would have to then go and download this player/recorder and able to view that file. So for ease of access for your students and for ease of access of you, we want to go ahead and convert that to an MP4. So this is where step 3 comes into play. So with this file here, I'm going to double click on it. It's going to open it up in the network recording player that we just downloaded in step 1. So as you can see, it's playing the file right now. It's just a blank slate. It was a meeting that I didn't record anything in. And what I'm going to do is click on File, Convert Format, and you've got 3 selections here: Windows Media, a SWIF, which is a flash player, and MP4. MP4 is the file extension we want to use because it's the most universal between Windows and Mac. So I'll do that. It's going to ask for a couple pieces of information here. It's going to ask for the site URL, the account name, and the password, and that is the information pertaining to your Webex account. So for example, the site URL, that's just the UC address for Webex. The account name, that's going to be your 6+2, and then the password is your 6+2 password. So I'm going to fill this information in real quick here. So our site URL is ucincinnati.webex.com. Account name is my 6+2, and then the password that goes along with it. Okay. So it's going to validate that information. It's going to ask you to log in. Okay. And now it's going to go ahead and convert that file. So it says the conversion tool has been installed. Click continue. Okay, so now it's going to ask you to what capacity or what quality you want to convert the file. So there's a couple pieces to this convert window that we need to pay attention to. First is the content options. So if you had a recorded meeting that had a chat room, a QA, a notes, polling, file transfer, or video, you'll want to click on these different elements to include that in your recorded meeting. So for this example, I'm going to just click on the video that I recorded as part of the meeting. It'll give you the option to preview the layout. And then you need to decide the quality. My recommendation is to leave it on medium. That's just, it kind of reduces the file size a little bit. Now if you did have a video involved and you want to have some really decent looking quality, you might want to bump that up to high. At any rate, whichever you choose, and then at the bottom you're going to want to choose either convert now or at a scheduled time. My recommendation is just to leave it as convert now. That way it's in the moment and you're not waiting for it to download at some other date. So with all of our selections made, I'm going to click OK. It's going to tell me about the file output here. I'm just going to click OK, and then it's going to save that to the video folder where I originally pulled it from. So if I pull my video folder back up, now we'll see that I have an MP4 version of that meeting room that we recorded. So that's step 3. Now there is a final step that is pretty crucial to this whole process. You're going to go back to your Webex meeting room, and we want to pull those recordings back up, and we want to remove the recording we just downloaded. And again, that's the whole purpose of this, is to alleviate some of that stress on the storage capacity for Webex. So now that it's downloaded, it's converted, I can delete this from the Webex meeting recordings. And again, you just click on the More icon and then delete. It'll ask you if you're sure. We'll say yes. And now that file has been removed. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me either by phone or email, and I will include those at the bottom of the screen here for your ease of reference. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you next time.